Monettes, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Grwm. And if you're new here, hey girl, I hope you stay. I hope you like my vlogs and my videos. It's basically travel vlogs, just everyday vlogs, and also beauty. So today's video is basically I'm just going to be getting ready, and I'm going to give y'all a story time of how I almost did not make it on my son's birthday cruise trip. So that was a hot mess, y'all, and it literally I found out that I wasn't going to be able to go like probably 4 days before the trip. So stay tuned. Okay, so first things first, I am about to use, y'all, I'm not a makeup artist. I say this every time I do my makeup. Like whenever I'm going somewhere, like for my birthday or like my babe's birthday or anything like that, like somewhere fancy, and I just know that I want to look a certain way, I'm definitely getting my makeup done. But this is just some, you know, makeup that I'm just about to put on real quick. So I'm using the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in Orange Correct. So my son's birthday was in the end of June, and I'm putting this over all my dark spots. My face was already moisturized and cleaned and moisturized, so yeah. So we booked this trip. We tried to book this trip like in April, right? We tried to book it in April, and I was talking to some people or whatever, and my people was talking to other people, they people, and it was like, oh, like y'all trying to get a cruise, like I can do it half off. You don't gotta pay X amount, you can get it for half off. So I'm like, okay, I mean, bet, let's do it for half off, and then the rest of the money I was gonna pay for, it could be for excursions or anything like that. So let's go with the flow. Hey babe, my babe just walked in, y'all, so they can't see you.
Hey, this look good.
It look good, babe. You just gonna be hot, but it look good.
I don't think I'm gonna be hot because it's so damn raining.
Okay, you look good.
But I'm like, so, this count as all black?
You probably need a black shirt.
And now I'm gonna be hot with that
yeah,
black shirt.
You need a black shirt for sure. Yeah, we going to an all black party tonight. But yeah, so like I was saying, we tried to book it in April. My people's people was talking about, oh, we know somebody who can get the cruise for half off. So I'm like, okay, cool, let's do it. What we gotta do? So Nudie, stop. She always messing with something, y'all. So they was just like, be quiet, no. So they was just like, just create the cruise account and Cash App the girl, and then she'll book you and you'll get an email confirmation. We like, okay, bet. So we did that or whatever, and that was back in April, and everything was good. So mind you, my son's birthday cruise is the end of June. So I'm gonna say June 22nd. His birthday June 22nd. The cruise was June 23rd, which was for Friday. So I get email notification that Monday of the week we were supposed to leave, and basically they were saying, oh, you have a balance of X amount that you have to pay before you go on a cruise. If we don't receive it by this day and time, then you're taken off of the reservations and you won't be able to get on the cruise. So I'm thinking, like, I'm already booked. Like, I looked in my account or whatever like that, everything says that I'm good. It counted down how many days we leave, and everything is good. Like, I can still do stuff on my account. So I'm thinking that's a scam. Like, hold on, that's a scam. So I remember talking to my bae about it and to my mom, and it was like, I sent them the screenshots, and it was like, oh yeah, that's a scam. So I'm like, okay, yeah, so delete. So then I get a phone call like Tuesday, and I'm like, bruh, like, talking about, I don't answer phone calls for real. That's not contact. You gotta leave a voicemail, and I'll call you back if I need to call you back. So I got they left me a voicemail saying, hey, you owe this amount, basically repeating everything that they said to in my email. I'm using Fenty Beauty. Y'all, I need some more. This is my favorite foundation for now. I'm color 420 and it is the Hydrate and Long Wear Foundation Pro Filter. So yeah, so I'm like, bruh, like I told my mama again and my babe, I'm like, somebody left me a voicemail saying basically the same thing in the email. And of course, you know, they like, don't worry about it. I'm like that too, because there's so much scam stuff out here. Because first of all, in the email it said bank wire, like wire some money or MoneyGram and Western Union. Like, you don't pay for cruises like that. So I'm like, what? Like, they is scamming, they trying to take my money, and I'm not going for it. I'm not falling for it. I've been a victim of falling for some scams a few times, and it's not funny. It's not. It's pretty ugly. So nudie, stop. So I again ignored that, and I blocked their call. Wednesday come or whatever, and mind you, let me back up to when we booked the cruise. Mind you, when we booked the cruise in April, hold on y'all, my camera shut off. When we booked the cruise in April, I got an email in May saying it had somehow got canceled. If y'all read between the lines, we from Atlanta, you already know what's up. I'm not even about to say too much. So it got canceled, whatever like that. So I was like, okay, let's book through a travel agent, because we tried to go that way, that route, and it didn't work. So let's just pay the full balance, because we can afford it anyway, and go through a travel agent. So we went through a travel agent and blah blah blah. We gave her the money, whatever. And okay y'all, my camera keep cutting off, but anyway, so like I was saying, so that happened. We got the email whatever saying it was canceled or whatever, so we had to go through a travel agent and pay the full amount. So we like, forget it. I'm trying not to cuss on YouTube no more, but I'm like, forget it, let's just go ahead and do it that way. So we did it that way. We collected the money, everything was good. I used the same account, whatever, and we go from there. So that was in May. So then, you know, June is here and whatever. So yeah, I get the phone call or whatever like that, and they're like, oh, so and so cancel, you got to pay this amount, whatever. So they end up, since I blocked them and I wasn't responding to the email, they went and called the travel agent, because mind you, I told you we booked with the travel agent in May. So they called and was like, yeah, one of your guests or customers owe us a balance of X, Y, and Z, and they have to pay it before they book, before they get on a cruise. If not, they won't be able to get on. We canceling their reservation. Mind you, this Wednesday, the cruise leave Friday. So no, this is Thursday. I'm sorry, this is Thursday. So I'm like, what? Like, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. Like, no, I'm sorry, this is Wednesday, y'all. This is Wednesday. So I'm like, what? Like, only me. Like, everybody else was good. It was only me, because I'm the one who created the account. So travel agent calls me or whatever, and it's like, yeah, Bree, you know you gotta pay this balance. I'm like, but I already gave you my half. Like, she's like, yeah, but you gotta pay up some more money, because whatever. Now, she ain't know what was going on or what we did before we booked with her. Like, I didn't even tell her I booked before I booked her. So she had to get that information. She was like, what's going on? Like, why you, like, blah blah blah. And I was like, well, I tried to book before by myself, and you know, it didn't work out. I didn't tell her everything, and now I'm booking with you, and I guess it's just not falling through. So she was like, well, anyway, the cruise leaves Friday, you have to pay the amount. You have to pay the amount before you get on it. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to Cash App you, and everything should be good, right? Because I have to get on that cruise. I have to get on that cruise. So she's like, yeah, yeah. So then she hits me back up, and she's like,
hey, look, I'm walking at me like this on their ass.
This nice?
That's nice. That's nice. Man,
it's lit, because I'm trying not to forget what I'm about to say.
Man, Bree, hey.
So, dang, I forgot. So, I'm sorry, y'all. My little lace right here be messing with me, and I try to just put it right there. This side. So yeah, so that happened. So I was like, I'm Cash App you. So then she calls me back like an hour later, and she's like, oh yeah, they said that you have to pay them directly. And I'm like, okay. So I called Carnival, the number that was on the email, and I'm like, hey, I'm trying to pay, blah, blah, blah. But mind you, I was on hold for like 40 minutes until somebody got on the phone. And I'm like, I'm trying to pay a balance. I give them all my information. And they was like, yeah, you owe da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to pay da, 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 da. They like, okay, you can't pay it over the phone. I'm like, okay, well, how can I pay? They like Western Union or bank wire, blah, blah, blah. Mind you, it's like 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, one of them. My bank is closed. My bank is closed. I can't wire no funds. My bank is closed. Like, and I can possibly do it tomorrow, but I wanted to go ahead and pay it today. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do Western Union. It's up the street from my house. I'm gonna go and do it. So I go to the Western Union. My Western Union, I stood in line for like 10 minutes, get up there, tell them all the information. They like, oh, well, this has to be like, you have to send the money like now. It ain't no process 1 to 2 days. Like Carnival told me they need the money exactly today, that day. So my Western Union by my house they didn't offer that service. So I went online and I did it. So as soon as I did it, I sent the confirmation over to my travel agent, and I sent it to the Carnival representative who told me that I owed the balance. So sent that in, and I'm like, okay, is everything good since I paid the balance? And she's like, we didn't receive the payment yet. And I'm like, okay, how long does it take? And she was like, it's gonna take a couple of hours or whatever like that. And I'm like, okay, cool, well, tomorrow's the last day. You know, tomorrow's Thursday, so hopefully y'all get it by Thursday. So I just left it alone. So Thursday came, whatever. I hit up the travel agent, hey, have you heard anything? She's like, no, I haven't heard anything, or whatever like that. And I'm like, okay, what is going on? So, make sure it's still recording. So then she said, I'm about to hit up the lady. She been calling the lady all day. She hasn't been answering the phone. And she was like, I don't want you to get all the way up to Miami, because that's where we was flying from, Atlanta to Miami, and then Miami to Bahamas on a cruise, and they tell you that you can't come. And I'm like, okay, plan B with me, if they tell me that I still won't be able to get on because I didn't receive the balance for some reason, then I'll just stay in Miami. I love Miami. I'll stay in Miami and figure it out. And that's what me and Truck was gonna do. So calling. She finally answers the phone and was like, oh yeah, we still haven't received payment yet, but I'm putting her back in the booking because she sent me a receipt saying that she paid, and they'll see it on their end once she gets to Carnival. I'm sorry, yeah, Carnival. I'm telling y'all, Carnival or whatever, and then go from there. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. So Friday come, you know, I'm not excited at all because all this stuff was going on. I'm just like, bruh, like, I whatever, let's just hope for the best. I go through all of that, and yeah, Carnival had to take me through so much. Like, once I got there, my family was good. Once I gave them my ID, my passport, whatever they needed, it was like, oh, you gotta go through security. Then I go through security, dogs sniffing my stuff. I'm like, bro, like, I don't even, like, what, why? So they're like, you gotta come through here, you gotta go through here. I gotta pat you down, I gotta look through your purse, da da da. I had to stand in another line because it's just all that stuff. Like, they was like, oh, you must have just paid yesterday, so you gotta go through here, you gotta sign this, and you gotta take picture. I had to take pictures. I had to do everything different from my family, everything. I forgot to spray my first base Premier NYX primer before I put my foundation on, so I just did it right now. Hopefully don't mess up anything, but anyway. So yeah, so I'm like, ugh, okay, whatever. So I do that, and now I'm on a cruise. I get on a cruise or whatever, but it was just like a hassle, y'all. Like, I was really like nervous, but then I was trying to stay positive because it's my son's birthday, and I'm like, if anything, Ryan, he's 10, he would know like what happened, and that I mommy honestly couldn't go, and that I'll meet you back in Miami when y'all fly back to Miami, and I'll have something planned for when he got there. Because we actually stayed like half a day in Miami before we got back to Atlanta because our flight was late. So I definitely would have planned something for me and him to do when he got back. So I was just trying to just stay positive, but in my head I wanted to cry because first of all, I gave money to the people. Then, yeah, I got my money back, but that was like a hassle. Then I paid the full amount to the travel agent. Then I had to pay extra $2,000 on top of what I paid. So it was just like, bro, like that's a lot like of money for a 3-night 2-day cruise. Like you know, it's just whatever. So I'm just trying to stay positive. I'm learning that with myself. Like when stuff don't go my way, don't act out of it, don't cry, don't get angry, don't get mad. Just try to think about plan B, plan C, and just stay positive, because it really works out in the end. And it worked out for me. Yeah, I had to go through. Okay, it keep cutting off, y'all. I just need a whole nother memory card. But like I was saying, I'm just going to end this short because my camera is giving me problems, and I'll come back once my makeup is done. I wanted to drag this story out a little bit longer until my makeup was done. That's the whole point, but my camera's acted out on me, and I apologize to that. But yeah, so long story short, yeah, I had to go through all of the extra steps and security and all of that extra stuff to get on the cruise, but I got on. You know what I'm saying? They never asked like, oh, show us a receipt of you paying. Like, they got that information because I sent it to the representative. Like, it was none of that. It was pretty easy going. I was still nervous at the same time. Oh, and back up from that, like rewind from that, like when we got to the airport in Miami, we Ubered to the port right when we landed because our plane was delayed. So we had like an hour or 2 hours, not even, like an hour and 30 minutes before the cruise ported. So we just Ubered to the port, and it was like 25 minutes from the airport. And once you get to the line outside of the port, you have to have your passports out because they have to check your passport. So I got mine out, and I'm looking at my purse, and I'm like, where's Brian's at? I know I brought it from Atlanta. Please tell me I brought my son's passport to Atlanta, because if I didn't, me and my son would be in Miami because he wouldn't be able to get on a cruise. And I would have, but I would have been like, no, I'm staying here with my son. We just gonna stay in Miami and thug it out there. He always wanted to go to Miami anyway. So I'm just scrambling. Then I hear behind, is there a Ryan last name? And I'm like, what? So I turn around, he got a guy that worked at the cruise line. He got the passport in his hand. I'm like, oh my God, I dropped my son's passport. I think I was overall just nervous the whole time because it was just a lot going on. And I'm just like, bruh, like I just wish the cruise would have hit me up even a month before instead of waiting 4 days before I leave. Like, I knew I owed a balance, so it's quote unquote. So it's like, why hit me up a couple of days before? I mean, I know y'all could have hit me up a month. You know what I'm saying? Or even 3 weeks, or even a week before. Y'all waited till like 4 days before we left. Like, that was just so, like, I was trying not to panic, and I did really, really good. Pat on my back, I did good. Because I'm a dramatic queen. I'm a drama queen. I just react very quickly, and I'm just dramatic, and I'm always thinking about the worst income, and I need to stop doing that. So that's one of the things that I got to work on myself as well, is stay positive, think positive. You always gonna go through stuff. It's life. It's never gonna be easy going. Whenever you having so much easy going stuff, just remember that it's gonna be something that's gonna knock you down or try to knock you down that you have to go through. It's always gonna be hard stuff, you know, hardship or whatever you want to call it, that you have to go through, because that's just life, and that's everybody. It's not just me, because sometimes I'm always like, why me? It's not just me, it's everybody. So I just have to think like that in my head. And then I also need to be grateful that I was able to pay for the cruise and also pay the additional $1,000+ for the cruise as well, and still be able to have a good time. So thankful and grateful for that. And yeah, so like I was saying, y'all, I'm gonna finish my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back once it's done and close out, because my camera, I feel like, is about to cut off. So hey y'all, so after about like 10 minutes I am done. This is the finished look. I just threw on some lashes, and I didn't even put no lipstick on. I'm not doing lipstick. I'm gonna just put some Carmex on, honestly. It's still cute or whatever. So I hope y'all enjoyed this story time. The next story time I give, I'm gonna make sure everything is good, my camera is good, I have enough memory, and it's no issues. And I probably have it set up a different way where you all are like right in front of my face. But I hope y'all enjoyed, like I said, and stay tuned for the next vlog, which will probably be before this vlog video or after this video, of where I am headed to or where I'm going. So I love y'all, and y'all Have a good one.